ماسم محمد علی بچه اول مثلا جمعخان 2 سال در مکتب خوانده دیگه خوانده نتست 3-4 سال دستنگی شد از اینجا فعلا چوپانه غفور است و هم که 10 ساله است و هم دمی 2 سال چوپان بود و هم مکتب رفته نتست سیمیش ماسومه است و هم یک پاسال یک چند روز رفت دیگه در مکتب دیگه رفته نتست
sad and inspiring at the same time. Just to be led into that world and shown the struggles, it was an experience. Honestly, the entire documentary is best summed up as just an experience, something that any amount of my talking about could never do justice. Just you have to see the faces, you experience it, because there's some stunning visuals, and there's some real heartbreaking ones too, and the filmmaker's done a great job at marrying the two, and just a lot of good choices went into this film. You've got this overarching narration by the father, and then the choice to cut to visuals that maybe aren't really related to what he's saying, but still help draw this overall picture of the landscape there. Anyways, it's really beautiful, really touching, absolutely worth checking out.
I absolutely loved this piece. It was a really gentle exploration into how a family can survive and stick together and make life work for them when somebody has passed. And you saw the big hole that not having the mother there creates, and how everybody really needs to pick up their socks to make it work. But there's really great devices. I loved getting to meet each of the children individually, having them narrate their daily tasks and how they live their life, what a day in the life looks like with them. It was really sweet, and there's gorgeous filming. I really got a sense of the environment, which I think is very important. And it was a very delicate balance that they played with, and that is gorgeous. I really did. I felt very honored to be let inside this family's home.
A very sad film, and it was a very honest depiction of a humble life of a single dad and family that was hit by tragedy, and on top of the injustice of also being in a region where there are poor conditions, and I thought it was very powerful to have the kids tell their own story and tell us or describe about their family and their siblings, and it was soul crushing to see the eldest being asked about the mom, and it was a very crucial moment in the film. I really liked it. And I thought, even with all the setbacks this family has gone through, I think they are still happy and love each other, which is very important, and I liked to see that in the film.
Heartbreaking, very heartbreaking to see this family go through their day-to-day without their mother. It killed me at the end when Jumahan, the shepherd, breaks down and walks away when he's asked about his mother. All of these kids have to start working very, very young to help out, but props to Papa for holding down the fort. And the filmmakers did a great job shadowing this family from day to day, and just capturing a really intimate and honest and endearing film.
I thought this was so beautiful and so kind of heart-wrenching in a way, but not in a bad way. It's such a beautiful story. All the shots that they got were so beautiful, and it really, the cinematography, it really captured their like, what am I trying to say? Like, it really captured their world. It really captured like their country and everything else so beautifully, and how they lived, and all of the sacrifices that they had to make, and how much one person can really change things, especially for this one family. And I liked that they let the kids tell their versions of the story and tell their have their kind of like moment to tell their story and work and weave it all together in the end. I really, really liked that.
Right from the get-go, it grabs you, and it's an emotional ride with this family and seeing what they have to go through. And essentially these kids can't be kids, and they're forced to be adults at the age of 5, at the age of 10, and it's really heartbreaking. And you could see the father, I believe his name was Muhammad Ali, and I think great. It was a great storytelling and great presentation of it. I was never bored. I thought it was really well put together. This documentary, I think, is a very powerful one, and one that shows the love of a father and what he does to help preserve his family, and what he does to provide for his family, and all the hardships he had to go through. And his kids just don't quite understand it, and he's trying to protect them, but at the same time asking them to grow up, essentially, to help provide for the family as a whole. And it was so heartbreaking to see, but I think this is so powerful of a film. I really, really enjoyed it, and it is definitely one that at the end of the film is a definite conversation starter.
This one is amazing. It is such a beautiful short film. I feel like it could be a feature film if the directors and the producers wanted, because there's definitely a story there to support it. It's shot so well. The fact that you get to kind of see an entire town that you don't really get a window into that often, and so it's just a whole way of life that it's just fascinating. It's always fascinating to see how people live, and this is like such a specific culture and perspective that I want to thank the filmmakers for shining a light on and appreciating, because then it lets us appreciate it. And it's just a beautiful short.